The energy in the studio was electric when Jason Momoa walked out onto the Kelly Clarkson show. Fans cheered, some even standing to applaud the larger-than-life actor, known for his roles in Aquaman and Game of Thrones. Kelly, always warm and charismatic, welcomed him with a big smile and hug, joking about his towering presence next to her. The opening questions were light-hearted, about his fitness regime, his love for motorcycles, and his environmental activism. But as the interview deepened, Kelly shifted toward Jason's often outspoken political stances and some controversial comments he had made online, and that's when the atmosphere started to change. Jason's smile faded just slightly, his eyes narrowing as he leaned forward in his chair, clearly sensing that this was not going to be the easy promotional chat he had expected. Kelly asked him directly about criticism he had faced for mixing activism with Hollywood glamour, reading aloud a headline that accused him of hypocrisy for flying private jets while advocating for climate change awareness. The studio audience went silent, sensing the tension. Jason chuckled at first, brushing it off, but when Kelly pressed with, "Do you think some people feel you're not practicing what you preach?" his entire demeanor shifted. His voice grew harder, his posture stiffer, and he said firmly, "Kelly, I'm doing more for this planet than most people sitting behind their screens throwing judgment. I don't have to defend myself to them or to you." The crowd gave a mixed reaction, some clapping, others gasping. Kelly kept her composure, but her expression hardened, her southern charm giving way to something sharper, trying to keep the interview from derailing. Kelly attempted to pivot, but Jason wasn't ready to let go. "You invited me here to talk about my work, my projects, my family. Instead, you're dragging me into the same tired accusations that the press has been throwing at me for years," he said, raising his voice slightly. Kelly, clearly taken aback, replied, "Jason, this is my show, and I ask the questions my viewers care about. If that makes you uncomfortable, maybe you're in the wrong seat." Gasps echoed through the audience. Jason's jaw tightened, and he muttered under his breath, "Wrong seat. Huh, maybe you're right." The atmosphere was charged, like a live wire had been exposed on stage. The band stopped smiling. The crew backstage exchanged worried glances, and the audience didn't know whether to clap or stay silent. Kelly, trying to keep things professional, attempted to steer back into safer territory with a question about his upcoming projects, but Jason had already made up his mind. He leaned back, gave a humorless laugh, and said, "You know what, Kelly? I don't need this. I don't need to sit here and be grilled like I'm on trial." His booming voice filled the studio, and the tension became unbearable. Without waiting for another word, Jason stood up, towering over Kelly's chair, and ripped off his microphone. "I came here to share positivity, not to be cornered," he declared. Kelly, still seated, looked up at him with a mix of shock and irritation. "Well, if you can't handle a few honest questions, maybe walking away is easier," she said, her voice sharp, not bothering to soften it for the cameras anymore. The audience gasped again, some clapping in Kelly's defense, others stunned into silence. Jason tossed the mic onto the chair, gave a quick wave to the crowd, and stormed off stage, his long hair flowing behind him as he made his dramatic exit. The audience erupted into chaotic murmurs, half cheering, half booing. Kelly, left sitting alone at center stage, adjusted her seat, and looked directly at the cameras. "Well," she said with a wry smile, "you never know what's going to happen on live TV." The crowd laughed nervously, but the tension lingered like smoke after a fire. Backstage, Jason was seen arguing with producers, saying he felt ambushed and set up. Crew members tried to calm him down, but his frustration boiled over, and he walked straight out of the building, refusing to return. Meanwhile, Kelly quickly pivoted the show back on track, introducing the next segment with practiced professionalism. But social media was already ablaze, with clips of Jason's exit being shared within minutes. Hashtags like #Jason vs Kelly and #TalkShowMeltdown trending on Twitter. The fallout was immediate. Fans of Jason defended him online, saying Kelly had pushed too hard, while others praised Kelly for holding him accountable and standing her ground. Entertainment outlets rushed to cover the story, with headlines like "Jason Momoa storms off Kelly Clarkson's show in fiery clash" dominating. feeds, Kelly's producers released a short statement calling the incident an unscripted and unexpected moment that shows the authenticity of live television. Jason later posted on Instagram explaining his side, "I've always spoken my truth, and I won't apologize for walking away from negativity. Much love to my fans, but I won't be part of a conversation that tears people down instead of building them up." The comments section exploded, with supporters applauding him while critics accused him of being overly defensive. Kelly, on the other hand, remained mostly silent, except for a subtle message on her show the next day. "I believe tough conversations are worth having, and sometimes they get uncomfortable, but that's where honesty lives." The confrontation became one of the most talked about talk show moments of the year, sparking debates about celebrity accountability, the role of interviewers, and the line between tough journalism and ambush. For Kelly, it cemented her reputation as fearless and authentic, unafraid to ask the hard questions. For Jason, it added another layer to his unpredictable, larger-than-life persona, both admired and criticized in equal measure. What was meant to be a light-hearted appearance had turned into a cultural flashpoint, one that neither Kelly Clarkson nor Jason Momoa would soon forget. The day after the explosive walk-off, the media frenzy only intensified. Morning shows replayed Jason storming off the stage on a loop, with pundits dissecting every word, every gesture, and every flash of tension between him and Kelly. Tabloids published body language analyses, with some experts insisting Jason looked cornered, while others claimed Kelly had been disrespected by his alpha energy. Fans of both stars clashed fiercely online. Team Jason accused Kelly of being too harsh and gotcha style, while Team Kelly insisted she was simply doing her job and showing courage. By the afternoon, hashtags like #StandWithKelly and #ProtectJason trended simultaneously, turning what had started as an awkward moment into a full-scale cultural battle. Kelly's producers saw the chaos as both a crisis and an opportunity. The next episode of her show opened with her sitting calmly on the couch, directly addressing the audience. "Look," she said warmly but firmly, "I have so much respect for Jason Momoa. I've admired his work for years. But on this show, we ask real questions, and sometimes real questions make people uncomfortable." That's not an attack, it's honesty. The audience applauded, appreciating her transparency. But while her words seemed to soften some critics, Jason's fans fired back online, accusing her of doubling down instead of apologizing. The feud had officially become entertainment in its own right. Meanwhile, Jason's camp crafted a different strategy. Instead of escalating directly, he posted a short video from his home, sitting by a fire with his guitar, speaking softly to his fans. "I walked off because I didn't want to say something in anger that I couldn't take back," he explained. "I've got nothing but love for Kelly, but I'm human. I felt attacked, and I chose peace by walking away." His calm tone and raw honesty struck a chord with many, and the video went viral within hours. For every critic calling him thick-skinned, there were thousands of fans praising him for choosing dignity over drama. But behind the scenes, Kelly's team was less forgiving. A leaked email revealed that some producers felt Jason had hijacked the narrative, and that his refusal to return after the walk-off had left them scrambling in front of a live audience. This leak reignited the flames online, fueling conspiracy theories that the whole confrontation had been orchestrated for ratings. Some viewers argued it was all scripted drama, while others swore the raw tension was too authentic to be fake. Entertainment blogs debated endlessly, ensuring that the Kelly-Jason clash stayed in headlines far longer than anyone expected. As days passed, Hollywood insiders began weighing in. Fellow celebrities posted cryptic tweets, with some supporting Kelly's bravery in asking tough questions, and others siding with Jason's right to protect his peace. One late-night host even joked, "If Jason Momoa can walk off the Kelly Clarkson show, then maybe no one is safe from daytime TV." The joke spread like wildfire, solidifying the feud as a cultural touchstone and proving how much the public relished these unscripted explosions on live television. Kelly, never one to let her spirit waver, subtly addressed the situation in a musical way. On her show later that week, she performed a powerful ballad with lyrics about standing strong in the storm and not backing down when voices rise. Fans interpreted the performance as a thinly veiled message to Jason, sparking another wave of debate. Jason's fans responded by creating mashup edits of him walking away to triumphant music. Frammed beyond words, it had become a meme war, with both fan bases fighting to control the story.